Well, the NBA season is off to a strange start. 4 teams went 3-0 to begin their 2021 campaign. The Cleveland Cavaliers, Indiana Pacers, Atlanta Hawks, and Orlando Magic. And now, only 2 of those teams remain undefeated, though the Hawks are yet to play their 4th game as of when writing this script. The other team, of course, is the Orlando Magic, who have shocked everyone by impressively beating teams like the Heat and Wizards, and now have put themselves in a fantastic position for this season early on. But why are the Magic playing so well? Who has stepped up early on this season and contributed to their surprising success? Is this just a fluke start and will they fall off soon? Or is this the beginning of an unexpected year for the Magic, a team seen at best as average? I'll be looking at all of that in today's video. Before we start, if you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content like this. I'm trying to hit 16,000 subscribers, so all support would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, with that all being said, let's talk about the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic's 4-0 start hasn't been easy, but with that said, it hasn't been terribly hard either. The Magic got a big upset in their first game of the season, knocking down the NBA finalists of last season, Miami Heat, thanks to an all-around great team effort, led by Evan Fournier's 25 points and 4 assists on amazing efficiency. They then followed that up with 2 solid wins over the Wizards. They weren't playing at their best during these games and had to fight back a deficit of over 20 points in the second match, but in the end, came out on top. Both games led by elite performances from Terrence Ross, who dropped 25 and 26 in those 2 games respectively. Then just today, the Magic held off a resurgent OKC Thunder side who would not die off. But with Vucevic's elite 28 and Dwayne Bacon barely missing a shot, the Magic held on for a great team win. The Magic have looked good so far early on, much better than previous seasons, and this is thanks to the development of young players and excellent performances from veteran stars alike. The roster of this team meshes really well together, and it has made them surprisingly more dangerous than anticipated. This is a playoff team, and they have been that for a couple seasons, but no one expected much more of them than an 8th seed. But in 4 games so far this season, which I know is a small sample size, they've looked a lot better than average. So, what players are stepping up early? Who are the guys making the most impact and contributing heavily to the success of the Magic so far? The first player we have to talk about is Terrence Ross, because he's quietly having a brilliant scoring season. In 4 games, Ross is averaging 23.7 points off of the bench, and even in that role, he currently leads the team in points per game. He's the leader of the second unit, and I see him as the primary option on the Magic outside of Vucevic. As I mentioned, he's had a couple of great games already this season, both against Washington, where he flashed his scoring prowess he has, dropping 26 and 25. But he's also been reliable in other games, putting up 14 today against the Thunder and 19 against Miami. Ross can be streaky at times, but for the most part is a reliable scorer and offensive creator, and he's simply a guy they can depend on whenever they need a bucket. He accepts his role and fits it perfectly. He improves the Magic's second unit so much, and even slides along really nicely with the starters of the team. He's an essential part of this core. He's going to be a major contributor to Orlando's potential success this season, there's no doubt about it, so hopefully he can remain in the form he is in right now to continue to help out the Magic as much as he is. A player coming into his own this season is Markelle Fultz, and it's great to see. Us NBA fans have waited for so long to see Fultz develop into a perennial all-star ever since he was drafted, and whilst we've only seen a couple flashes of that here and there this season, it's enough to get excited of what's to come. Fultz has had some great outings already this year, dropping a career-high 26 on the Wizards the other night, and across all 4 games, he's averaging over 20 points. He's shooting pretty nicely as well, particularly inside, and his finishing package around the rim is a promising sign of where he is headed. The Magic extended his contract the other week, which is looking like a great decision early on. After all the drama he's been through, Markelle Fultz needed a team to believe in him and allow him to develop into the scoring star he has potential to be. The Magic have done that, and now they're reaping the benefits. Obviously, if we're talking about the Magic, we need to talk about their all-star, Nikola Vucevic. Vucevic has been incredibly loyal to Orlando, turning down offers to resign with them in free agency a couple off seasons ago. Vucevic has struggled a bit early on this season, not that it's mattered that much, but he's still doing well too, averaging 17 points on average efficiency. He did have a big night against the Thunder however, dropping a 28-point double-double, so maybe he's getting back into his groove after such a strange off-season. In the end, when talking about the Magic, you have to talk about Vucevic. He's yet another underrated player in the association on this team that deserves some more love. He's consistently helping the Magic create a winning culture, and with improving teammates around him, it wouldn't surprise me if his on and off the court impact as a veteran is even more important this season. Another veteran on Orlando is Evan Fournier, who never fails to play well. Fournier is a great player to have around for the Magic by bringing expert leadership on and off the court. It's clear young guys like Cole Anthony and Markelle Fultz view him as a role model. He continues to be consistent with his play, averaging 19 a game on elite efficiency, 54% from the field and 40% from 3. And as a 28-year-old in his prime, that's pretty exceptional. Fournier's presence will always be felt in Orlando, and in the middle of his prime at age 28, this is as good as he's going to get, and I think the Magic are extremely pleased with where he is at. Again, Fournier will always be a consistent option for Orlando in times of a score, and he's already proving this season his importance to the team. A player who's been a bit disappointing for the Magic is Aaron Gordon, as with expectations to develop into a star, he hasn't really been able to get close to that. However, that's not to say Gordon has been bad at all in his career, and early on this season, through 4 games, he's been really solid. With a declining role, Gordon's averaging 13 points and 7 boards, and has been a killer inside, grabbing plenty of O-boards and completing many alley-oops. His pick and roll with teammates has been deadly early on, and though he's getting brushed to the side a bit lately, he's been a solid starter. I doubt we ever see Gordon become a star like he promised in his early days of his career. He's currently in, suits him a lot, and maximizes the most of what he's good at, so I still believe he's a very impactful player for Orlando. We'll see how he continues to play, but for now, I'm pleased with how he's going, and he's been a big help in this great start for the Magic. The second last player I want to talk about today is Cole Anthony, the Magic's latest draftee selection. Anthony's off to a pretty good start to his rookie year, hitting a couple clutch shots already. He was a huge steal for the Magic. I'm very surprised he fell to 15th. As though he struggled a bit in college, he's still a great scorer, can create shots for himself and others off the dribble, and can shoot at a respectable clip, though he's been streaky. What's good to see is that Anthony clearly has a lot of trust from his coach and teammates, which will help boost his confidence, and I can see him developing into something good to great down the track. It's only been 4 games, so let's not judge this rookie too hard. But Cole Anthony has been a small steal and bright side for the Magic in this little 4-0 stretch, so I felt the need to shine some light on him today. Obviously, things to work on for him as a rookie, but he's a guy I look forward to see developing in Orlando's system. And finally, let's quickly talk about Dwayne Bacon. Bacon was waived by the Charlotte Hornets and picked up by the Magic, and it looks like a great addition through 4 games. With Jonathan Isaac and Mo Bamba out of the picture, Bacon's been able to get valuable minutes and opportunities that he lacked in Charlotte, and with it, has been hinting at a breakout year. Just today, he dropped 18 on the Thunder and barely missed a shot, so if he's given similar minutes like that consistently, I can see him being a double-digit scorer for the Magic this season. I just wanted to talk about him because of his great performance today, and I really believe he's a fantastic solution to the big man issue whilst Isaac and Bamba remain out with injuries for the time being. He is a great cost-effective replacement for the Magic. So those are all the guys I want to talk about today on the Magic. Obviously, there are some others like Isaac and Bamba who unfortunately haven't been able to play due to injury, but when they return, the Magic will have even stronger depth and look more ready to surprise people than ever. But with all that being said, what are we to make of the Orlando Magic? Are they a real threat, or are they just off to a lucky start? Well, I think their upcoming game against Philadelphia will be a big tell if this is a lucky run or a legit stride towards competitive contention for a title. If they can be competitive that game, it proves this isn't a random start. This is a team making improvements from last season. Now, don't get me wrong, when I say contention, that doesn't mean I feel they'll win the chip this year. But with a good game against the Sixers, I think you could argue that the Magic are an underrated threat that could push some serious top dogs to their limits. With Markelle Fultz finally coming into his own, Vucevic remaining at an all-star caliber level, and the continued improvements amongst the young guns, it wouldn't be a surprise if we see the Magic in the middle ground of the playoff picture this season, and potentially even the second round of the playoffs if things happen to go their way. I don't want to overreact to 4 games, and again, their match against Philadelphia will be their biggest test yet. But it's looking exciting in Orlando, and right now, there's no signs of it stopping anytime soon. So overall, these are my thoughts on the Orlando Magic. With the young players on the team like Fultz improving constantly, and with the underrated depth that this team has, the Magic will be pretty confident in their chances to make the playoffs this season, especially with teams like Toronto and the Wizards struggling around them, who are both expected to be locks to make it. To me, I can see the Magic probably falling off this hot streak soon and settling around the 7 to 9 seed at the end of the season. But considering the competition they've faced, it wouldn't surprise me if they can make a push for the 5th or 6th seed. In the playoffs, going further than the first round will be tough, but it can be doable. There's plenty of questions around this team that will be answered over the coming weeks, so I expect we'll have a better grasp on their talent then. But for now, the Orlando Magic are looking great, and could perhaps be an underdog contender by the time the playoffs arrive. And that will conclude the video. What do you guys think of this? How good are the Orlando Magic to you? Will they improve off of last season, or is this just a fluke start? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.
Hey, Mobs, that sounds wavy.